everyone. My name is Monica Suyo, and I'm the Director of Recruitment and Community Engagement. Welcome to another episode of our Royal Reality Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Cristo Rey student clubs. We have so many amazing student clubs that today I have two special guests, and we will start first with Kendra. Kendra, welcome. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, Kendra. I'm so excited that we're going to talk about the Black Student Union, and you are one of the best representatives of that club. Yes or no?
Yes,
you
definitely.
are. So are you one of the student founders?
Yes, I'm one of the founding students.
Okay. When did the Black Student Union started?
Black Student Union started it was my freshman year.
Okay.
Is when it started.
And just by the way, sorry, I didn't mention this, but Kendra's a junior student.
I am.
You'll be graduating in 1 year. Did it feel that it went so fast?
Yeah, high school definitely went really fast, for sure.
I bet. So you said that you started Black Student Union back in your freshman year. And your sponsor, who is your sponsor?
My sponsor is Miss Cheney.
How cool. A lot of people love Miss Cheney.
Yeah, I love Miss Cheney. She's really cool.
Yeah. So now, besides the Black Student Union, is there any other student class that you're involved?
No, I'm only in Black. Oh, I'm also in Ambassadors.
You are part of the Student Ambassadors, yes. And we are so thankful that you are part of the Student Ambassadors because, this was like a selective process, if we want to say that. And you are one of the 20 student ambassadors for this year. And we're very thankful because you guys represent the school in any events, either inside of the school or outside. And you are the ones that really help us to recruit new students. And I appreciate when you all share your testimonials and help us in many events.
Okay. Thank you.
No, Kendra. So you said that you're part of Student Ambassadors, Black Student Union. What is your current position in the Black Student Union?
My current position, I'm just a representative as of right now. Last year, I was the treasurer for Black Student Union.
Okay. How it feels to be part of the executive board, you want to call it like that, last year of the Black Student Union?
It felt really nice because we had separate meetings for
the members.
For the members of BSU, especially like the treasurer and the vice president, everything like that. So it was really nice to be able to talk about the different events we were going to hold and different things we were doing with the club.
Like the planning behind the scenes and everything. And I remember last year going to a couple of your meetings with the members and seeing, how you interact with all of them. And then Miss Cheney being there and you guys planning all the events for the year and also doing some fundraising. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. What is the purpose of the fundraisings?
The purpose of the fundraisers is to raise money so we usually have an end of the year event that we do.
Okay.
We usually invite the whole school out and we'll go do something. We'll also invite the alumni.
Oh, that's great.
So that's usually what we do. And also we go on different trips. I know freshman year, we went on a trip to Tulsa to go to Black Wall Street and look at the Tulsa Race Massacre Museum. So it was really nice to be able to see my history. Like, even though Black history, sometimes it feels like it's like really far and like distant, but it happened like less than 100 years ago. So it's really nice to see, like what has happened in my own state.
Yes, and you are correct. And I appreciate that about you guys because I have seen the pictures from the previous events, the previous guest speaker to celebrate Black History Month. And just to bring awareness about this important month, I think it's important for everyone in the school. So it is true that anyone can be part of the Black Student Union or you need to be an African American student?
No, anyone can be a part of BSU.
That's cool. Now, how do you think being part of the BSU influenced your high school experience? You already talked a little bit about it, but how overall you think influenced your high school experience?
I feel like it has made my experience a lot better because I was able to have a safe space to go to. And I feel like whenever you're in high school or anywhere, like even when you're at work, you should be able to have a safe space to where like if you have a problem or an issue or like even like you like think something's going on, that it's better to be able to talk to people, other people like you, and to be able to see like to gauge what to do in those type of situations.
Anything else that you think that it helps you in your high school years?
It's helped me make friends for sure. Like most of my friends and my upperclassmen friends, like they're a part of Black Student Union. So I was able to like make more connections through that.
Thank you. And then can you share some of the highlights or those memorable moments, during your involvement with BSU?
One of the highlights is definitely whenever we have speakers come to the school, and then like usually beforehand we get to talk to the speakers, and it's really good to see like how to be able to talk to people when it's like, oh, like you're coming to talk to a school, like how did you get here? to be able to come talk to schools or like do the things that you're doing.
How do you select your speakers? Because I have seen a huge priority of your speakers throughout these years.
So usually we have meetings about it, and we'll discuss like different people in the Black community that are doing really important things. And we'll discuss like, hey, we want this person to come, or we want this person to come. We usually contact them, or some people like they might go to my church, or I might know them, and then we ask them to come speak to the school.
I remember this month, you're the first guest speaker. I think that she was very good in the way to relate to each of you guys and give you a good advice. I know that the president of OCCC is coming, if I'm not mistaken, this week. So what are you looking for in the future, like for your future guests? Who will qualify to be a guest for BSU?
I feel like anyone can really qualify as long as you're doing something in the community, because most of the time people who come on, they're doing something important in the community. Like the last speaker who came, when she's helping kids whose parents are incarcerated. So I feel like it's anyone who's really helping in the community, especially helping minorities, not just Black people, but everyone.
Okay, like something that you just said is helping minorities, and that's very important considering that we have a huge population. First, I know it's Latinos, but then it's African American. So I think that it's very important to bring people that you guys can identify with. But exactly what you said is that they are doing something for the community and helping the minorities. Thank you, Kendra. Kendra, now can you share a significant event or person from the Black History Month that you find particularly inspiring, and why?
A particular person that I find inspiring is Ruby Bridges. She was one of the first African Americans to go to an integrated school, and I feel like I really resonate with her story, because if it wasn't for her taking that milestone and going to an all-white school, then I wouldn't be able to go to a private school, or I wouldn't be able to get a higher level of education if it wasn't for her.
Yeah, and I'm not from here, so I'm from Lima, Peru. I appreciate what you and other student clubs do here in Cristo Rey community, because that allowed us to people like me or anybody like you that don't know about our American history to learn more about it. So you just saying, that this is the person that you feel impactful in your life. That's very important, because maybe another person will be like, I don't know that person. Yeah. I don't know what that special woman did. So for you just to share that, you're just sharing wisdom. So I really appreciate that, because I'm pretty sure there is a lot of kids that are students that probably don't know so much about it, because again, like you say before, not everybody knows about Black History Month. Not everybody knows about the African American leaders, because those are things that are not taught in a classroom. Before coming to Cristo Rey, do you knew about this person?
Yes, I knew about this person before coming to Cristo Rey.
What school did you go before?
I went to KIPP OKC before I came to Cristo Rey.
Oh, you are a KIPP alumni. That's an amazing school. Let me tell you, we met this is your great uncle?
It's my uncle.
It's just your uncle? Okay, so he's very proud of you. He told me that he's one of the founding members of KIPP. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Yes. So he was looking for you the last time that we were there. I don't know if he told you that.
Yeah, he told me. He's like, where were you? I was like, I was at school.
Yes. And I explained to him that because of the Black History Month, and it's very good to say this, you guys plan different events. It is true. You have guest speakers, but at the same time, you're being part of events like the Black Magic Woman. And you also went, I think, to UCO.
It was MACU.
MACU, my bad. So you have other events that you are part of, and I appreciate that you're a sponsor along with other teachers plan these events for you all to increase the awareness of Black History Month and also to celebrate it. So I was explaining that to your uncle that we are very careful with attendance. So that was the reason that you were not a KIPP. Representing us and be part of the KIPP event. But I told him about this podcast. Yeah. So I told him that, go ahead and watch the next episodes, because Kendra will be there.
That's good.
Yeah. So I already said about you have guest speakers. You went to MACU, and then UCO was in Black Magic woman or girl. What was
Black
the
Girl
name?
Magic.
Black Girl Magic. Thank you for correcting me. Black Girl Magic event. Any other events that you guys are attending this month, or participating or organizing?
No, there's no other events except for the speaker that's coming this Thursday, but there's no other events that are happening.
What about the soul food?
Oh, yeah, there's a soul food tasting that's coming
that?
up. Yeah, that is
I couldn't miss that because I love food. It is on my calendar. I know that you guys celebrate that every year. So it is, Where do you get the food from? Is from families, from a restaurant?
It's usually from a family member of one of the BSU members that brings it.
So it's going to be very tasty.
Yes.
Yeah, homemade food. Yes. I remember last year, I came late to the party because I only have the peach cobbler. I think it was last year. So I missed the main dish, but this week is on my calendar. If I'm not mistaken, it is a cultural dress day.
It's a cultural dress day.
Is that part of BSU? Mm-hmm. What are you going to wear?
I'm gonna wear daishiki, which is an African type of attire.
It's an attire. Whoa, I'm looking for that. Like I told you, just not being from here made me be mindful that there is other things to learn. Yeah. And I think that that's something that we should be doing in Cristo Rey, learning about the different communities, the different students that represent different communities. And I really appreciate everything that you guys are doing. I actually admire it because you can feel it. You're walking down the halls, you see the pictures of the Black History Month celebrations from the past, the pictures when you guys went to Tulsa, that I imagine that has been very exciting. Have you been before to Tulsa, or that was your first time?
No, I have been to Tulsa.
That's good.
My family travels a lot.
I'm glad to hear that because, not every student have that possibility of traveling a lot and learning from history. I love Tulsa, and to be honest, I didn't know. When I was a teacher, actually, my husband was the one that told me about the Tulsa massacre. And he told me that when he was growing up, people didn't talk about it. And, and my husband, because he was a social studies teacher, he always told me, you need to talk to your students about this. So when I taught current events in high school, that was one of our main topics. And just for the students to know about it and just making them aware that sometimes there is things or events in the history books that they don't talk about it. And I think it's very important. And since that year, I was very passionate to learn more about the Tulsa massacre, to learn what's going on and what currently is happening with all those victims that cannot, like that your families cannot even celebrate, when they die or just go to a cemetery or know where they're buried. It's a very sad part of our history, but I think it's important that we know about it. So Kendra, the next question that I have is do you think there is ways to improve these celebrations that we have in Cristo Rey, and especially from our student clubs?
I feel like we do a pretty good job in celebrating Black history and other cultural months, but I feel like maybe most of the time people don't understand. Like when we talk about Black History Month, they're like, oh, who is this person or who is that person? So I feel like it'd be better to inform people more on the month and why we celebrate the month, and also that Black history isn't just Black people's history, but it's American history and it's everybody's history because Black history affects everyone.
That's right, what you just said. Probably, like you said, just not thinking that this is just 1 month. Also, that is a key part of our history. You say it, Black History Month is part of American history. It's just not 1 month. We celebrate and we know about it. Or like you said, sometimes people don't know why you guys are celebrating this and who are these people. My next question will be, I don't know so much about what happened in the classrooms, but do you guys learn something about Black History Month or African American leaders in the classroom?
Yes, definitely. In APUSH, we learn, definitely just in our history classes, we learn a lot about different African Americans and things like that.
What about in English? Because, there any authors or poetry?
Well, I know in my English class, she has a wall where it's different Black history leaders and different authors and stuff like that. So we do learn about it. And she'll in the morning, she'll be like, oh, look, she puts different people on the board and stuff like that.
Okay, well, that's good to know. That's good to know because again, that's what I like to always ask students, what is other ways to celebrate? What is other ways to increase awareness? Because everything that we do for you guys, and sometimes the best initiatives come from you all. Like you just said, there is, maybe we can talk more about it, not just on the month of February. Maybe we can talk throughout the year. Maybe we can educate more people. Have you ever thought about, this is an idea just come out to my mind, having a newsletter, sending maybe an email during the month of February or maybe throughout the years from BSU, talking about African American key leaders or events or history. Have you ever thought about it?
No, I've never really thought about it, but I feel like that would be a really good idea because even say if some people don't read it, some people might read it and they might get really inspired and they're like, oh, if they can do that, then I can do that type of thing.
That's true. You are totally right. Like not everybody read the emails. I don't know all the students read the emails. But I think that maybe some of them will read it. I know that it's hard to plan in 1 month, different guest speakers and soul food and cultural dress and attend community events. But maybe we can be the pioneers of, and I say this for you guys, being the pioneers of celebrating throughout the year and increase the awareness across the school about Black History Month or just in general, about American history and how many African American leaders, impact our history. Maybe that's something that maybe you guys can do that because nowadays I see so many community events that it's hard to attend all of them. Yeah. Maybe that's another thing, maybe you guys can promote different cultural events that are out there in the community for other students that may be able to attend. I don't know. That's just an idea. Another one, how do you think that Black History Month contribute to promote diversity and inclusion in Cristo Rey?
I think that the way we celebrate it definitely impacts like the diversity side of it, because when I first came to Cristo Rey, that's when the club first started. So, and then I was able to, sophomore year, I was able to like talk to different students who were thinking about going to Cristo Rey. And that was definitely a selling point. Like we have like a Black Student Union and we celebrate Black History Month because in some schools they don't really celebrate it as much. Mm-hmm. And so totally to be able to go to a school where you can celebrate who you are and your culture is definitely gonna promote diversity and have like more diverse people come in because they feel more safe and they feel more at home at the school.
You say something very correct. Like there's other schools that they don't celebrate it, or there is a lot of students that are not aware. So definitely, it is good for our students in Cristo Rey not to know about the different celebrations that we have, but also invite future students to be part of this celebration. So I'm glad to hear that, Kendra. That you said that this is very important because not many schools celebrate it, but also because, other students are not aware. But then when they find a familiar face and they find that, there is a Black student, that can be part of, and not only African-American students, but anyone that wants to be part of this celebration, you guys, definitely make them feel welcome. Thank you, Kendra. So, Kendra, there is a lot of students are thinking during this semester about which high school, they would like to go. But before the high school, let's talk about the future high school students. Let's talk about what advice would you give to a fellow student, anybody in Cristo Rey, that considering joining a club for the first time? You can look at the camera, like straight to your camera.
Okay, if anyone wants to join a club, I would definitely say think about your interests and just give it a try, because at first, whenever I was thinking about joining BSU, I was definitely like, I don't think I want to join this club. I was definitely like, I just want to stay to myself. But it's a really good way to meet new people and to also step outside of your comfort zone, because whenever you go into the workplace or whatever you choose to do in life, you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone and talk to new people.
Thank you, Kendra. This is a good advice. I've seen so many different clubs that we have, but sometimes there's not a lot of participation. So definitely you told them the key thing is to get out of your comfort zone. You need to try things. And for those families that are not aware about our student clubs, we have a diverse student clubs. We have from Black Student Union, the Hispanic student organizations. Next, we're going to talk about the Asian Cultural Club. We have clubs about crochet, if I'm not mistaken, drama club, aquarium club. I don't know if I'm missing anything else, Kendra. I don't think so. But anyway, what I want to say is that if you're a student, have any interest, like Kendra said, go ahead and try any of our clubs, or you can start a new student club. You just need at least 3 members and 1 sponsor and the approval of our principal. So there is no limitations for anybody that want to be part of a student club. Is that correct, Kendra?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. So I want to encourage students, I'm just impressed that the new crochet club have a lot of interest in girls and boys. I was very surprised about that. I know that drama club is one of the popular ones, and I heard that Miss Stock have the aquarium club. I didn't know about it. But anyway, so is there any new clubs now that we were talking about, how to start a new club? If there's any new club or activities that you would like to see at Cristo Rey?
No, not really.
Not really? Not like a dance club?
Oh, I'm in Palm, so I don't know if I'm in a dance club.
Yeah, Palm is another part of our sport, and that's so nice. How long been Palm? I don't.
This is my second year in Palm. I was one of the founding people in Palm as well.
How cool, that's Kendra. Look at you, how active you are. So, but yeah, you never know. Dance club it sounds good. I don't know what are the people's, the young people music taste nowadays, but I'm pretty sure that somebody could do a dance club or a cooking club.
Cooking club would be fun.
Sure. Right? Cooking club will be fine. We just need to find the area that we can use. Maybe we can use the new kitchen.
You could, yeah.
Yeah. Now that we have a new kitchen, why not? Before I would be thinking like, what
we're going to do it.
Where we're going to cook. But now we have a kitchen, a very spacious that maybe we can do like a cooking club or a baking club. There's so many things going on. How do you think, Kendra, you talk about that you're already part of the student ambassadors, BSU, also regarding sports, you're in POM. Any other sports that you practice?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so how do you think your involvement in student clubs or in general in sports impact your future endeavors?
I feel like it'll help me prepare, because for me, when I first came to high school, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was definitely like more closed in. I'm more of an introvert, but to go and be in different clubs and to work with different people, it'll definitely help you, especially when you go to work, because whenever you go to work, regardless of whatever you do, you're going to have to work with people you might not like or work with people that you might not really like get along with. You might not have the same background as.
Yes.
So it's really important to be able to talk to people and connect with people, even if you guys don't come from the same background or you guys aren't the same. So
that's a good point, like just go ahead and try the different clubs. And like you say, it prepares you for the future, how to socialize, relate with others. I didn't know that you were shy, Kendra. Because I think that you're one of those good ambassadors that know how to be a leader. I remember when you help us with school visit, and you keeping all the students on check, on point, like, hey, do this, do that. I haven't, I will never imagine that you were shy. But anyway, so that's good to know. And like you said, being part and involved on campus help any student to develop not only different skills, but also know more about yourself. I'm pretty sure like going to work, probably you discover what are your interests regarding a career or a type of job that you would like to do in the future, but also being part of a student club help you what kind of interests, what kind of things for fun you would like to do, and as well as with sports. So, and like POM. So what do you like the most about POM? Sorry that I changed a little bit the topic, but we have some, we have a podcast about athletes, but we didn't talk about POM. What do you like about POM?
What I like the most about POM, I think, is going to the games and definitely learning the dances. It's a lot of fun. I like to go to different events and stuff like that. And usually I wouldn't go to the basketball games before. Like freshman year, I didn't go to the basketball games. But now that I'm in POM, I definitely go to a lot more games. And I feel it's a lot of fun to go to games, actually.
Yes, that's for sure. I understand that because it celebrates, our student athletes. It create a cool school spirit. It makes everybody feel welcoming. And I don't know why a lot of students tell me the same thing, that when they were freshmen, they didn't participate much. They were just looking, observing, or they were too shy. What do you think is that? Why is that?
I think it's probably because you're like coming from middle school, from 8th grade, like you were at the top. And then you go to the bar and it's like you're looking at all the seniors and you're like, oh, let me just not do anything. So sometimes it's hard to kind of...
It's just part of the adjustment.
Yeah.
What you say. Okay.
Like if you have like senior friends or like upperclassmen friends, usually you'll end up like going to more games, stuff like that. So it's really important to like talk to upperclassmen so you can kind of start to adapt to the culture of high school better.
Yes, that's true. Well, I would like to pick your brain because I always love the fact that students can talk to other students. And I think those messages are even more impactful than me talking to future Cristo Rey students. If you can look at the camera, why would you encourage people to come to Cristo Rey?
I would encourage people to come to Cristo Rey because you learn a lot about yourself when you go to Cristo Rey. Definitely especially when you go to work, it's like you're going into a different environment. And it's like you're not with teachers, you're not with other students, you're just by yourself, learning a new environment. And also at Cristo Rey, they're very welcoming. Like all the teachers, like they help you, like if you need help, and like especially like they see you, like if you're feeling down, they'll come talk to you. And it's just a really good community. And if you're looking for a really good community and also to get a good education and get work experience, I think you should go to Cristo Rey.
Thank you, Kendra. Like I said, I prefer that the students talk to other students because at 8th grade, you're afraid about what's coming next. Sometimes you don't even think about high school, right? Not even about college or going to work. So I think that you sharing that little message will help to a lot of students that don't know what to do for high school, either to go to public school, a charter school, or a private school like us. But thank you so much for being here today, for sharing a little bit about your experience with BSU, for being one of the founding members of the Black Student Union. I also appreciate everything that Miss Shane is doing with all of you. I know that people think highly about her, and we expect great things also from the Black Student Union. So just keep in mind all those things that we talk about. Maybe next year we can expand the celebrations. We can create more events and activities where all of our students can be part of. But thank you again. Well, with this last message from Kendra about coming to Cristo Rey, I would like to say thank you so much for supporting us in this episode of the Royal Reality Podcast. Again, the purpose of this podcast is just to inform all of our families and students about the resources, the activities, and the programs that we have at Cristo Rey and that you can be part of. Again, my name is Monica Suyo. I'm the Director of Recruitment and Community Involvement. And thank you so much. And we will see you next time. Bye.